well. So let me ask if this has ever happened in your business where you have put in a lot of work and you've created an email and you've blasted it out to your entire prospect list, and the only thing you got back was crickets, right? Nothing came through. You didn't get any clients, which is the exact opposite of what you were expecting. With all the time and effort and attention that you put into that email, you were expecting at least somebody to reach out and say, yes, I want this. I'm ready to take advantage of your products or services or whatever. Or you've gone through the work of creating a beautiful post. You poured your heart and soul into it and you put it out in the world and nobody responded to it. Nobody reached out. I guarantee that has happened at least once. It's something that has happened to me several times in the past. And there's a reason behind that. There's a reason why we typically just can't put out one marketing effort and just get clients running through the door, right? So there was something that I shared this morning on the coaching session that we have weekly with the advisors that are in our Done For You Doctor Leads program, which essentially is a marketing program that is designed to help financial advisors and life insurance advisors get connected with doctors, physicians, dentists who are looking for that financial help, who need that financial help. So what I want to do is I want to walk you through that specifically and what I shared this morning and help you understand the 5 stages that every prospect has to go through before taking advantage of your products or services. Now, like I said, this is something that I shared for our life insurance financial advisors, but this actually happens with every single product or service that you could possibly buy, all right? Everybody goes through this stage before, or these 5 stages before they make a buying decision, before they actively move forward. And I guarantee that your prospects are at some point or at one of these stages on this mental journey. So the first thing that happens is that somebody is unaware. This is stage 1. So somebody is unaware that there's a problem in their life. They're unaware that they need to take any action at all. They're just a happy camper, right? And they may not realize that there's something wrong in their life that needs fixed. So the next thing that's going to happen is they become problem aware. They all of a sudden understand, either based on circumstances in their life or something that they saw somebody else go through, or somebody asked them a question that got them thinking, whatever it is, they recognize now that there is a problem in their life that needs solved. So a good example of this is, let's say we've got a married father of 5 kids who is doing well. He's climbing the corporate ladder. Things are going, nice and dandy. Well, he wakes up one day and he's like, shoot, if something were to happen to me and if I were to pass away unexpectedly, what's going to happen to my family's financial well-being? How is my wife going to pay the mortgage? How are my kids going to be provided for? How are they going to buy clothes? How are they going to put food on the table? All of a sudden, this guy is problem aware and he realizes that he's got a problem that needs solved. The next stage that he's going to go to is he's going to become solution aware. He's going to understand, or he's going to learn that there's a solution that can solve this problem. In his case, it's life insurance, right? He understands that if he were to pass away unexpectedly, life insurance can help fill in that gap, fill in that financial gap, so that his family can be financially taken care of, financially stable. The next thing that's going to happen is he will become product aware. So not only is life insurance the solution that's going to solve his problem, but within that category of life insurance, there are various products that are available that he can take advantage of, whether it's term, whole life, IUL, VUL, whatever it might be. There's a product that's going to deliver the solution that solves the problem that he is faced with, all right? You following with me so far? The next thing that's going to happen is he becomes most aware, where he understands who to go to get that product. He understands how to get that product, and he understands the steps that are needed, and he's ready to take those steps or the action that he needs to get that product that delivers the solution that solves the problem that he's faced with, all right? So every single prospect that you have will have to go through this mental journey. Now, when you're first introduced to them, they may be at various stages. They may already be product aware. They may already be solution aware. They may be at that most aware stage where they're right at the tipping point of ready to make a purchase or make a buying decision, but everybody's going to be somewhere on the spectrum. Now, a good thing to understand, or a good thing to remember, is this directly correlates with cold traffic, warm traffic, and hot traffic. So I'll let you know that right now, the majority of the hot traffic that you have are individuals that are already in your existing network. These are people that, friends, family, referrals that have been brought in the door, whoever it might be. That is where your current hot traffic most likely is. But you most likely have an extended network of warm traffic, or maybe you've been nurturing leads, or maybe you've been actively getting the word out and people are in this warm stage of the journey. or where the bulk of your prospects are is currently in the cold stage or somewhere right in between, in that mix between cold and warm, okay? So they may be problem aware, they may be solution aware, but our marketing efforts need to address our prospects at each of these stages, right? So the first step is making sure that people are aware, right? We got to move them from unaware to problem aware. And now once somebody is in the door, once we, a good example of this is when somebody decides to join your email list, or once you've got somebody who is actively on your general email newsletter or your prospect sequence or whatever, that's where we're able to start utilizing different touch points or different marketing collateral, different marketing actions to help educate, nurture, indoctrinate so that they can move through each of these stages and get to this most aware stage where they are ready to take that next step, take that action. So with our marketing campaigns, the way that we design them, we use sales funnels a lot of the time to make this happen. We use sales funnels so that we can educate, nurture, and indoctrinate our prospects without needing to handhold them every step along the way. So step one in a lot of these campaigns is being able to bring somebody into your system. Make sure they're aware of you, right? They are aware that you exist. They are aware that you are a subject matter expert. But at each stage of the campaign, we always make sure that if we have somebody come into your system or come into your network or come into your ecosystem that we set up, that if they are already at this most aware stage, they are ready to take the next action. They are ready to book that meeting on your calendar. They're ready to take those next steps forward, and they have that step right in front of them so that if they're ready to do it, they don't have to guess where to go. But for the majority of the prospects who come in, we make sure that we have systems in place so that we can continue to drip on these individuals so that the 95+% that are not quite ready to make that buying decision yet, we are actively staying in front of them. We are nurturing them. We are getting emails out to them consistently so that they understand the next steps that they can take or should take to get to that most aware stage or to get to that point where they're ready to make a buying decision. So step one, get somebody into your environment. Get that email list built up. I promise you, building up an email list is something that will benefit you for years to come. But then don't just let that sit dormant, all right? Don't just let them sit there and stay on your email list. Don't be afraid to send out those emails. If somebody gets upset or if somebody is, I guarantee as you start scaling, people will get, you've got people out there who, it doesn't matter what you send to them. It doesn't matter how much value you provide. They're going to be like, oh, why'd you email me? You're spamming me, whatever it is. I guarantee that's going to happen. But those are people that weren't going to do business with you anyway, no matter how much value provided. You could offer it for 100% free and they still wouldn't have done it. But if you're actively going out and nurturing that email list, if you're actively nurturing those prospects, you're going to get people moving along to the point where they're becoming most aware. They're recognizing your subject matter expertise. They understand that you are the one who can get them the products that deliver the solutions that will solve the problems that they have. So if you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and in a different video, we're going to talk about sales funnels specifically. But if you have any questions, feel free to